Back in the good old days, there was only one place online to buy a pair of sold-out sneakers. It started with an E and 20% of the time ended in getting scammed. But then things changed. Companies like Stockx and GOAT, making everything extremely easy and promising 100% authenticity, quickly dominated the market. With their historical sales data and real market pricing, there were no more long nights searching eBay. But with tens of thousands of sales going through their system every single day, it's impossible to stop every knockoff. So today, we're gonna try it. This is the Stockx experiment. Really quick before we get into it, I'd just like to start by saying, please do not try what you're about to see at home. Not only is selling fake sneakers against the guidelines and a scumbag thing to do, but it's also fraud. And fraud is illegal. It was a lonely mid-March night. The phone read 2 a.m. This is around the time where I do most of my unnecessary online shopping. That night I was looking at sneakers, and I stumbled upon these, the Off-White Air Force One MCA. This is a shoe I've always wanted. There's just something about that blue color. But spending $2,000 on a sneaker is something I would never do. So for a brief moment, I thought of doing something else I'd never do. Buy a pair of fakes. I bought a pair of fake shoes. Am I making this video to justify buying them? Maybe, but it's all in the name of science. Anyway, I went on Reddit to find the absolute best pair of fake sneakers, and $140 to a random PayPal account later, plus, all that time that they were in the mail, I had the shoes. You probably want like a photo. Alright, I'll do it. I don't know how well you can see this, but the midsole is clearly a different color than the upper. I know in the real pair it's not exact, but it's definitely closer than this. This thing's actually pretty good. They did a decent job. The tag looks exactly like a normal Nike tag, but I don't believe the MCA used this tag. Now, I know these are very beat, but when these were new, the leather on the toe box was still a lot more supple. This is almost, I wouldn't say cardboard feeling, but it's definitely not as high quality of a leather. On the heel, however, that leather is spot on. The material on the tongue feels correct. Basically what I'm trying to say here is that they're better quality than something you can get at your average Foot Locker, but they're not quite on par with the actual MCA. I think in the end it just comes down to little details like loose hairs or bad stitches. If you haven't ever seen one of these in person, this would probably fool you. And if you saw them on the street, you'd absolutely think they were real. If the authenticator's having a bad day, these might very well go through. But before I sent them off to StockX, I wanted to see how many of my friends they could fool. Toe box was sketchy and the sticking was off. Bro, IDK, haha. They look jank. I'm gonna say real. Zero clue. I don't know, honestly. I mean, they look fine, I guess, but I'm not an authority on authentication. But you know who is an authority on authentication? StockX. And now, it was their turn. So you're probably wondering how I'm gonna pull this off. Am I going to be scamming anyone? And the answer is no, of course not. I've gotten my friend to lend his account, so we're going to be selling them from one account to the other using the bid feature so that we know we get the correct pair. I know the music playing right now makes this out to be some elaborate heist, but really it was as simple as signing in on one account, placing a bid, signing out of that account and into the other one where I would then take that bid. And bada bing, bada boom, pow, there is the order. I don't think it'll matter that none of this stuff is here, but I mean, whatever. I've sold stuff on StockX. I know what to do. You know what's interesting is those shoes cost not only more than this car, but more than all the repairs I've done to this car. And this car is a piece of crap. I am a little bit, I wouldn't say nervous, but like I know I'm gonna lose at least $200. But you know what? It's It's all for science. If I was a real scientist, I'd repeat this experiment 100 more times. And now we wait.
You can't turn back the clock.
Okay, so maybe it was only 4 days later, but the shoes were declined. Thankfully, though, after paying the hefty 15% fee, they shipped the shoes back to me, and... Alright, folks, well, that about wraps it up. I guess the moral of the story here is that Stockx has good verification, and this video was a huge waste of money. So please subscribe.